Well, hey Divi Nation, welcome to a special Divi use case live stream. And today we'll be featuring an exclusive layout pack or a layout, which is available only for lifetime members and all those who take advantage of our Cyber Monday sale. And this live stream, what I'm going to be doing today is going through how you can create a unique featured products section on our exclusive boutique sale landing page. So if you are a new customer during our Cyber Monday sale or an existing lifetime member, you can download this layout right now by following the link in the video description below. All right, I'm excited to get started up for this use case, so let's jump in. All right, so hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear. I see some of you have already started to welcome each other on our chat here. Welcome everyone. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if everybody can hear me okay. All right, awesome. We already have a question about who won the giveaway. I have no idea, actually. It's a good question. But that is exciting. All right. Looks like we're good. Everybody can hear me okay. So let's just do a quick, well, first off, make sure and know that you can ask any questions in the chat here, and I'll get to them as we go along in the live stream. And we will be going over how to create a unique featured products section on this boutique sale landing page, which just came out this morning. Go ahead and check the link in the video description to the blog post that goes along with this use case tutorial. That will be helpful for you to go ahead and check out that landing page. And you'll want to go ahead and import that landing page on your Divi site on your website in order to use this or go through this use case. So make sure you do that. But this is kind of a preview. Here's the page here, the boutique sale landing page. And down here, I have this unique featured products section. And what you're seeing here is actually multiple shop modules that are used in a creative way to pull from a different category for each one. And you can see how I've added some nice hover effect to kind of pull out each one as you hover. And this would be great for featuring products among multiple categories. Like, for example, if you have a product, all of your, I don't know, sales products in the sales category could be one shop module on this one. And it will pull from that most recent sale category. You can have a featured category where it pulls the most recent one for this shop module. And as you can see, each one of these is a different product, even though I'm using the same featured image. You can see this one is product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4. So it is pulling in different products for each one of these. And I'll show you how to set that up. And it just opens up some doors for designing each shop module individually, which is nice. And also the ability to pull in different categories in each one. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in and get started. If you haven't already, what you'll need to do is go and create a new page. So I'm going to go to the the WordPress dashboard here. I'm going to go to Pages, Add New. All right, so I'm going to give my page a title. And then I'm going to deploy the visual builder. And then I'm going to choose a pre-made layout, and then I'm going to go to my saved layouts. This is where once you download it to your Divi library, this is where you can find the boutique sale landing page. And again, just a reminder, there's a video on the blog post describing how to access this download file and import it to your library. So make sure and check that out. All right, so I'm going to deploy it to my page here. All right, and once it's loaded, I'm going to publish it here. Then I'm going to scroll down until I find the section where I want to add it to my page. And for this example, I'm just going to add it right underneath this, what I believe is the second main section of the layout. So right under here, all I'm going to do is create a new section, a new regular section, and I'm going to give it a 5-column layout. And this is good so that we can put a shop module in each one of our 5 columns. And so before I actually start doing that, before I start adding my shop modules, I do want to customize my row so I can make room for what I need to do. So what I'm going to do is, the main thing that I need to do for my row here is to add a, let's see, custom gutter width of 1. So that's the main thing. And I'm going to pause here for a moment because I just realized that we don't have our products up and running yet. So, but once you have your page installed here and your new section created, you want to go ahead and make sure that you have your products set up. Now, this, if you don't know already, Divi has a shop module. It's here. And this shop module is meant to pull in your WooCommerce products from your website. So you will need to have WooCommerce installed and active for this to work. And so I'm just going to go back to my WordPress dashboard here. And if you do have, once you do have WooCommerce installed and active, you'll see it in the navigation bar over here on the left. And what you'll need to do is start creating new products. And to do that, you go to products and then add new. Then you'll want to, give your product a name, give it a description in this box here. All of this will show up on the individual product page, but for this use case, it's not necessary that we set up everything perfectly. We just want to get a product up and running so we can see how it's going to look on the shop module. All right, so I have a title, I have a description. Let's go ahead and give it a price of $20 here, and then a sale price of $10. And as you can see, I have 5 categories that I've already added here. To add a new category, you would just click on this link here to add a new category, and I'm just calling it featured for now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make sure, excuse me, I can't talk. Make sure and select featured once you create the category, and then give your product image. Let's see, I know you can't see it there. Let me scoot it over. All right, so make sure to add your product image here. And I'm just going to use this one. It is a 918 by 800 pixel dimension. And just a word of warning, just make sure, or try to make sure that all of your product images are the same or have the same dimensions. That way they look nice and clean on each of the shop modules, and they're not varying in height and things like that. Okay, so once that's done, you're going to want to publish it. And I'm not going to publish this one because I've already created them, and I'll show you that here on the back end. So I'm going to go to my all my products. You'll want to complete the process of creating a total of 5 products and giving each one of them a unique category. And for this example, I'm just using featured, featured 2, featured 3, featured 4, and featured 5 for my categories. And so each one of these has a different category. This allows us to pull in a different product, or if you have multiple products, the most recent one in this single shop module that we're going to be adding to our page. So once that's done, I hope that was clear, we can go ahead and use our shop module. And let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go back to my row here, and I'm going to add a shop module. And what I want to do here is, as you can see, it's pulling in all 5 of them in that single column there. But I don't want to pull in all 5. I just want to pull in 1. So I'm going to do, let's just set the type to product category. And then let's set the product count to 1. And we don't want to pull in all categories. We just want to pull in the first one, which is featured. All right, so now I know it's going to pull in only 1 from the featured category. And column numbers doesn't matter because I'm only showing 1 product. But I do want to order it by newest to oldest. So that way it's pulling in our most recent product that we've added to our shop. And then that's pretty much it. So I want to save that out. And then I want to copy it and then paste it over here. Actually, let's just paste it over multiple times. And then all I'm going to do now is go to my one in the second column. And then instead of pulling in my featured category for this second shop module here, I'm just going to only pull in from this category called featured 2. And then I'm going to save it out and continue this process for the next one. Make sure featured 3, again, a unique category. And then for this 4th one here, make sure it has a unique featured 4 category there. And for the 5th one, featured 5. Okay, so now I don't know if you can see, it's kind of small, but you can see that it's pulling in product 1 here, product 2 here, product 3, because we've assigned it to those unique categories. So it's pulling in from only those. And now that that's set up, let me pause and make sure I'm not confusing you terribly here. And I'm going to check out these questions. All right, so everything seems to be okay. I do want to take a brief moment to welcome all of you who are just joining us. Welcome to a special Divi use case live stream. And today I'm featuring an exclusive boutique sale landing page that is available to lifetime members and all those who take advantage of our Cyber Monday sale. And in this live stream, I'm walking you through how you can design a unique featured product section with Divi and this boutique sale landing page. So if you are a new customer during the Cyber Monday sale or an existing lifetime member, you can download this layout by clicking on the link in the video description below. There's also a link in there to the blog post that goes along with this use case. So go ahead and check that out. And so what I've done is I've set up my products, given each a unique category associated with it. And then I added a shop module to each one of my columns in this 5-column row. And for each shop module, I've set them to pull in a unique category for each one. So, and I've made sure that it's only displaying 1 product per shop module. All right. So now what we're going to do is design our shop modules and add those cool hover effects. To do that, I'm going to use Divi's multi-select feature. All right, so let's hold Control if you're using Windows, or hold Command if you're using a Mac. And then what you're going to do is just click on all of these so that you can have them all selected at once. That way, when we click on any of our design icon or settings icons, it will open up a module, or excuse me, a modal that says element settings. And this will, whatever we do in this element settings box here, will be applied to all 5 of our shop modules. So let's go over to the design tab, and what we're going to do is we're going to set our background color. Go over to let's actually go back to our content tab, scroll down, and let's give it a background color. Let's give it this matching blue that matches our layout. And we also want to give a background hover color, so I'm going to click on my hover option there, click on my hover tab, and then change the background color to this, pink color or salmon color. And so that takes care of my hover background. As you can see, if I toggle back and forth, you can see what it's going to look like on hover for each one of these. And let's go over to our design settings. And then for our overlay, we're going to set our icon hover color overlay. Excuse me, our icon hover color. We're going to set it to transparent. And then we're going to get rid of our hover overlay color as well, set it to transparent. And then we're going to give our sales badge right down here a custom color. Give it that nice matching pink or salmon. And then let's give it a hover color as well. And we're going to use that blue again. And so that way it kind of inverts, the 2 colors together when you hover over one. All right, so the text orientation, let's go ahead and make that center. That aligns our, title text and price text down there. Also going to want to set the title text color to white and the price text color to white as well. All right, looking good. Let's go ahead and get down to our width. This is where things get a little tricky. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to increase the max width of each one of these shop modules. And to do that, or the reason why I'm doing this, is so that when basically I'm going to expand them. And I want to make sure that I have the max width to 120%, because I'm going to expand them using a negative margin of 20%. This will make sense in a moment, hopefully. Oops. So I want to make it 120. So it's not going to really change the way it looks currently, because even though it says width here, it's actually max width. So it's not going to scale past 100% here unless we add a negative margin. I do not want to set or do anything with the module alignment, because that will mess things up for what we're trying to do here. So let's go to our spacing. I do want to give it quickly a nice bottom margin padding there to give us some extra space. But here's where the main design or hover design takes place. What we're going to do is, first off, in the default desktop mode, I'm going to give it a negative 20% left margin. And you can see that this kind of increased the size and pulled the modules over to the left 20%. All right, so that's what I want. Now, I do want to add a hover effect. So I'm going to deploy the hover. Also going to need to customize the tablet as well. So I'm going to tablet view. So I'm going to toggle both of those open. And then for the hover effect, I'm going to set the, let's see. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay, so for the desktop, I actually put it on the left. Actually, it needs to go to the right. So I'm going to, back to desktop, the default mode. I'm going to put negative 20% to the right. And this basically pulls everything over to the right by default. And the reason I'm doing that is so that on hover, let's go to hover now. I'm going to set the right to 0%. But then I'm going to give it a left of 20%, negative 20%. And so now when I go back from desktop, you can see the functionality of the module here on the right. If I go from desktop, you can see it's negative 20% right. And then on hover, it goes to negative 20% left. And that's what creates that movement on hover that we want. But we don't want it to show on mobile. So what I'm going to do is on mobile, just basically give it the same thing as we did for hover, which is negative 20% left and then 0% right. All right. And I think that takes care of our hover effect. Okay, any questions about that? I know that was a bit confusing, maybe. Uncle Social says that my brain hasn't melted today. Thanks, Jason. Okay, great. And okay, great. All right, we're good. Let me check on Facebook. Let me see. Let's see. Thomas is asking or commenting that Divi doesn't have those fancy sliders and hover options. I'm not sure. You might want to update Divi, maybe, possibly. I'm not sure why that is, or if what specifically you're referring to. Maybe someone in the chat can help. Good. Ernest is buying the upgrade. Awesome. This is a really cool landing page theme, and they actually get 6 total when you do upgrade and take advantage of the deal. All right. Let's get back to it. So I've added my hover effects using the multi-select feature. So I basically added it to all 5 modules at once. Let's go ahead and save it out. And I'm going to save the page. And just so you can see what the functionality is so far, let's open it in a live version. You can see as you hover over each one, it does the inverted color thing, which is cool, and also it moves it to the left. And then this one on the right actually doesn't need to move. In fact, it kind of messes up the UI a bit, because when I hover over the right side, it starts jumping. So in order to get rid of that, I'm just going to have to go back and make sure multi-select is off and just select the one on the right there. And for my spacing, I am going to basically disable the hover effect here. Actually, I just need to click on this icon. There you go. So now it's not going to move on hover, which is nice. All right, so making it responsive, let's just do a quick check on what it looks like currently. We are messing with the margins a bit, so it does kind of throw things off a bit. Let me just go ahead and shrink my browser window to show you what this looks like here. So it's looking like on our tablet, it is not doing what we want. So what we're going to need to do is fix our row. So let's go back. And I think I covered this in the blog post, but make sure the row size, okay, that's good, but I do want to make sure that my row check that setting real quick. Right, so I want to make sure my custom padding, so I'm going to, here we go. Let's give it a 10% left padding there, because we are basically pulling, we will be pulling stuff to the left a bit, so we need room for that. And then 0% to the right. Okay. And that is for tablet, sorry, only. So let's take that out. I want to set that for tablet only. The custom padding needs to be 10% on the left. As you can see, that fixes it so that it's not overlapping one another. And on the right, let's make it 0. And then I think for phone, let's go ahead and, I mean, that looks pretty good. It is kind of overlapping, so we want to make sure and make it 20% on the left for phone. That way it doesn't overlap. So you get the point. You might need to, you know, mess with it just a tad to make sure it looks perfect on mobile. But there you go. Any questions about the design and how to add a unique featured products section to this boutique sale landing page? Yeah, good point. Uncle Social says the hover effects don't, they don't really carry over, and they really are, you know, if you're using, when it gets to mobile, you know, it doesn't really make sense for these desktop type hover effects. So that's why you definitely want to make sure and, you know, have a fallback for the mobile devices so that, you know, people don't get confused or have to click too many times, stuff like that. All right, good. All right. All right, so if we don't have any more questions, I guess we can bring this thing to a close. All right. All right. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We sure do hope that you are enjoying our 2018 Cyber Monday sale and all those special freebies that go along with it. We are sure you don't want to miss out on any future freebies or deals coming up, so please be sure to subscribe to our blog newsletter, our YouTube channel, and like us on Facebook. That way you can get a notification every single time we have something new for you. Thanks again for watching. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.